Welcome to the Grace-Based Christian Coaching Podcast. I am Alexandra Cavill, a certified professional coach and the founder of Grace-Based Christian Coaching, where we serve ambitious women in leadership who are struggling with limiting beliefs and overwhelm, and they want to live out their God-given purpose with both confidence and clarity. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here today. We get to do a really fun episode, which is called Friday Favorites, where I'll share the scoop on what I'm loving lately, lessons learned over the past week or more, and what I'm looking forward to in an effort to share the behind the scenes on what my life looks like lately, both personally and professionally, and how I too am living out my most intentional and Christ-centered life as well. So our next summer schedule over here, it is the end of July as I'm recording this. And currently we are sharing Friday favorites about once a month, but I'm thinking once the fall comes, either mid-September or early October, I'd like to try to shift to a little bit of a more frequent cadence, something like every 2 weeks, because there's so much that I miss sharing and catching up with you guys along the way. So get excited for that. With no further ado, let's dive on in. Loving lately. All right, so, so fun, lighthearted. Let's just jump right into what I'm loving lately, which is Mahjong. It is taking, I feel like, the US by storm as it's just, there's so much that's fun about it, from not only like the game level, but a social level, to all of the fun accessories that come with it. Basically, where I'm at in this journey is I've taken my fourth or fifth, which is insane, but if you know, intro class. And then actually this past week hosted a group of moms at my house to play together and just socialize and enjoy being together and exercising our brain in a new way, which is fun. It's like a language that I've been saying that, you get better at it and it comes more second nature over time, but practicing it consistently is key to be able to be effective in it, just like with the language too. So that's one. Another one is there's a new client that we've got starting next month in our signature program. So if you're new here, we are all about growing without burnout. You want to grow grounded in God in a sustained way. And so our signature program includes 3 core tenets. The first one is building upon biblical belief, building upon truth, a firm foundation, and then transforming your thoughts. So thinking about your thoughts as the environment in which you're growing in. It matters. It matters to choose them well daily, and then taking aligned action through spirit-led strategy. So not doing what we think is the thing that we want to do and asking God to bless it. It's really flipping that inside out and seeking Him and His will before you take action and move. And it's just such a transformational, amazing way to grow and grow grounded in God in work and life. So can't wait to start an amazing woman on that soon. Another different one is marriage. We're celebrating, my husband and I, 11 years of marriage this year, and we got to go on the most fun getaway to Bluffton, South Carolina. It is a small, quaint little town, but it's so lovely, it's charming, and it's quiet, but great for a one-night getaway. So those are some core things. Oh, let me share one more with you too. A lot of the women I work with, y'all are all ambitious, driven women, most business owners, and there's an organization, if that sounds like you, if you're a business owner, and a lot of them in like the retail space end up in this org. But the Southern Coterie, they have an amazing event each year. But I got plugged in with them and had the honor of sharing a talk called From Overwhelmed to Overjoyed, How to Find Focus When Everything Feels Urgent. And also one of the other signature ones we do in case you are local to the Charlotte area and are looking for a faith-based speaker is called the Masterpiece Project, How to Proclaim and Embrace Your Identity in Christ. So it's just like so good to share something, a message that the Lord has clearly given you, that is breathed through Him, to an audience where you just get the feedback that it is timely. It's one of those things that they said, like, I knew it was important, but I didn't realize how much I needed it. So it's kind of like when you're like, oh, I think I'm okay. I don't, I'm not starving or anything. But then you get to the restaurant and you begin to see the food and the aromas are surrounding you. And you're like, oh my goodness, where's the server? I need to put in my order stat. That's kind of what it was like for this group. They just realized how deeply they needed this and how it was important, and what it was going to change their lives. So again, if you're looking for a speaker, of course, in person is fabulous, but a virtual workshop too. That's how I was able to deliver for them. Let me know. I have so much fun talking and sharing on how to grow in a grounded way with God. Okay, so let's hop to lessons learned. There is another coach that I was having a networking conversation with, and he had shared this really cool concept on social media that when he starts working with someone new, that he goes out with their family to celebrate and recognize God's provision in it all. And I thought that was so beautiful. So what is that for you? What is the perhaps major milestone that you'll hit in business, or that like really means a lot or moves the needle and is a big deal? Like, what would it look like to create a tradition, a rhythm, and a routine to celebrate that? So that's been something that I've been thinking about lately these days. And another thought here about lessons learned, as an ambitious, let's say, leader and or business owner, you need to make a lot of decisions and a lot of important ones. And sometimes it's really hard to discern what is the best route, what is the best choice. And I keep hearing again and again and again, pick the decision that is going to light you up. And when you're between two decisions, go with the one that is going to bring excitement, because that shines through. That shines through the work you do, to the people you serve. Go with that. So I want to extend that thought and that offer to you too. All right, last but not least, I've been investing in a couple of programs, some more business related, some more related to content growth. And it's highlighting how important creating rhythms, that's something we talk about a lot in grace-based Christian coaching with one-on-one clients, specifically rhythms that are aligned to where God is leading you and how he's created you. So we do all of that work inside our program. And for me, what this is looking like is a challenge. So maybe one that has been really, really helpful to me is posting, connecting on different platforms, whether it be something daily, whether it be producing longer form content once a week, because I totally get and understand that it can feel heavy or overwhelming to think about, well, I'm just doing this forever for eternity. So what would it look like to make it time bound and like go all in and see what happens? I want to encourage you and invite you to that too, because it's been really motivating and a game changer for me. All right. And then last but not least, the category looking forward to. All right. So let me ask you, what does your perfect day look like? If you're at a corporate space, if your work said, hey, you get the day off tomorrow, or if just something amazing happened in business and it just made sense. It made sense for you to take the time off. What would you do with it? What would that look like? What would your morning include? What would lunchtime look like? What would energize you? What would really move things forward? That would be a delight and a joy and fun. Maybe it's nothing with work. What would you do personally if you could have a day to do anything, just to plug into the things that brought joy? What would they be? So as I think about that, I had and let me encourage you to put a note somewhere. If you're a hard copy gal, write it in a notebook. If you love your phone, pop it in your iPhone notes list. That's where I had mine. And like outline that. Make a reminder, at least quarterly, to go in and plan for a day where you can honor that. Mine would look like a few different things. It would be having time to reflect with journaling, prayer, gratitude. I would have time to create. That's when I feel very connected to Jesus, when I am being creative, when I'm producing something to serve others with. It would look like having time to read. Learning is something that is just so powerful, exciting for my brain, exciting to use and apply personally, and then to my clients as well, to you guys on this podcast and YouTube. So I was born in the Northeast, but was raised down in Naples, Florida. And a big part of my childhood was going to the beach and the pool. It was wonderful. It was such a blessing. And I love a good pool moment. So it's be spending time poolside, relaxing, creating room to breathe, to think, to hear from Jesus. Perfect day would include movement, nothing, too intense, but, working up a sweat, getting my heart pumping, getting those endorphins going. And then one other thing that I would include would be planning. Obviously coach, future focused, obsessed with that. And planning a new experience would be one element of it. So something that would be coming up, maybe I'd be doing as a family, I'd be doing with my husband. And then there's something so important, you guys, about novelty. So where can you infuse novelty? Maybe it's you danced growing up and you want to take an adult ballet class. Maybe it's you want to try a new hobby. I am taking tennis lessons with a good friend in the fall. Granted, that's something that I did growing up, and I'm just excited for some routine in that again. Maybe it's something like art. You love painting, it's therapeutic, but you'd love to have some technique, whatever that is for you. And so anyhow, put important dates on your calendar. Put them on your calendar. As you guys know, if you've been along here for a while, if not, you scroll down and see some episodes on this. But this year has been pretty special too. Last year was an epic year as a business owner. Just the major goals were hit, and there we're celebrating when something big happens. Like, take a moment to recognize we have so much hard that we go through that we need to sit in the good, like soak it in, lift it up to Jesus, right? Like, give him all the honor and glory. And so my husband had a really big year too. So he decided, he's a watch guy, he decided to purchase a new watch that he had been really looking at and eyeing and excited about for a while. But for me, like, time is the ultimate gift, and space. And so what I did was decided to reserve a nice hotel and have time to do all of those things that I just shared with you a minute ago. And so that's something that I am really looking forward to. And wouldn't you know it, one of the days that I'm going to be away is the actual anniversary, celebrating 9 years of grace-based Christian coaching full-time. Of course, the coolest thing. And that just felt like such a God moment and such a God wink. I'm going to include a story in the show notes about taking the leap to go from a very comfortable corporate career, to doing this full-time, and a moment, a little pep talk, and encouragement that if you are in the messy middle, if you will, and need just some faith-fueled focus to lock into Jesus, to walk on the water, if you will, instead of partnering with the fear. Take a look at the show notes, and you're going to want to watch this quick post. So that's what we talked about today, guys. Some different loving lately moments, lessons learned, and what I'm looking forward to. I've missed chatting with y'all on here. I hope today was fun and give you a new idea or two of how to plug in a more intentional way, because your purpose, you're set apart for some incredible things. And let's dial into that. Let's live with focus. Let's live with intention. Let's live with joy as believers. So thank you so much for listening. If you're not already subscribed to gracebasedchristiancoaching.com/subscribe to receive one of the top things that I'll hear from women that is most important to them is, how do I hear the voice of God? And so we are covering that in this guide. It's how to seek your next right step from God. So I'd love for you to get your hands on that. After you read it and go through it, send me an email back. Let's take this conversation offline. I am the one who reads these emails. I'm let's talk about it. Would love to support you and pray for you. Thank you for being here. I'll see y'all next time.